The sensible sociopath. Sometimes they say f*** and shit and cum dumpster and
This show is not for you.
You have to be a special kind of crazy.
Smart and creepy.
It's not offensive. It's not standoffish. None of that.
Counterculture, baby.
Oh, lady inclusion.
At what point do you stop considering it a clitoris?
Farts in a barn.
This show's gonna be great.
You all think I have cancer?
Beehive enthusiast community.
So he could fit in a corset and blow himself.
Non-willing sperm donor.
Why would you say that, Joe? You asshole. You're such an asshole. All right, welcome to the Sensible Sociopath. My name is Steve, and we have my lovely co-hosts. Oh, good, it's frozen. Right away.
Which I'm just, yeah.
Hi, Anthony. Hi, Steve.
Hi, guys.
Hello. How are you, sir?
Doing very well. So, sorry we missed last week, but we've been having some technical difficulties. That's why this one's going to be uploaded not live, but our intention's to get back live, and
Right.
and we will do so.
We're working on it.
Yes. And then if you guys are available on Friday, we're going to do the food episode,
Yes.
which I am absolutely determined for it to be live so that we can have audience interaction.
Which scares me just a little bit. How determined and set and what a fucking hard-on you have to do this food show.
It was divinely inspired, I believe,
Wow.
from God himself.
So
Really?
you watch some other YouTube videos of guys eating weird shit, and you're
No.
like, hey, let's do it to those guys.
No, I think the guy's name was Danny, and we were... I was in this great Asian store, and I just asked him because he was like the one white guy, so I didn't feel like so... I didn't want to be culturally offensive, although I generally am. I was trying to avoid that at least because I didn't want to get, kicked out of the store or something. And actually everybody there was really nice. I didn't talk to the meat cutters because those guys look serious, but I'm sure they would have been nice as well.
So is this a massage parlor? Because everything you've said up to this point has led me to believe that you're in a massage parlor.
No.
The meat cutter.
Yeah.
The one white guy. I mean, so the other patron, essentially.
I mean, if I was talking about egg drop soup, but perhaps there'd be a little innuendo in there. But so I went in there and I started talking to the guy. He was he and I were on kind of different levels as far as like food goes, because he's like the I've been married to two Asian ladies and
Oh, so he's a snob.
kind of, yeah.
Like, Not. I wouldn't buy that one. I prefer this one.
Not in a snobby way towards me, like I'm higher, on the food chain or whatever, but just like, oh no, I mix my own teas and like that kind of stuff.
Does.
Where
of course he does.
But somebody got him into it, and so
I bet he has all of his socks in his sock drawer arranged by color and size.
he was turning labels and doing all that stuff. Like,
I was just thinking, nothing shouts douche like that.
None of them jerked off into.
You make that sound like a bad thing. I'm confused. So you don't do that also?
No.
No. You don't have your whites and blacks separated. Socks.
I thought
Socks.
See, subtlety.
I thought you was talking about school. Are we still talking about school?
Yeah. How old are you, Brian? Jeez.
Well...
You know what really ruined things? Civil rights.
Damn civil rights. Appropriate.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And what's so
I don't really
civil
mean
about
that.
rights?
So anyway,
Yes.
back to your story, food snob.
Yeah.
Food snob.
So so I was asking him just kind of about drinks and stuff, like energy drinks and that kind of thing. And, I wanted to try some new stuff. Getting outside the box and had no intention of podcast wise with it. And he said, He's like, oh, we went through almost everything on the shelf. Pretty boring, just like, I really like this tea. He's like, well, if I'm out of town and I'm traveling and I can't bring tea with me, I'll drink this. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, God.
I'm like, I'm guessing your taste and my taste are nowhere similar. I'm like, I drink Monster energy drinks and Fresca.
Let me take a wild guess. I'm guessing he's single.
Married to an Asian lady.
For the fourth time.
For the fourth time, because that's right. You said he was been married a couple times.
Second or third, because his wife prior was the one that got him into the tea.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm just curious. Does he squeak when he walks?
Mm-hmm. No. But so I'm like, I don't think we're gonna have very similar tastes. So I just kind of took what he said for and what's funny is later on I was walking around with this beautiful manager of the store.
What was his name?
Her name was Oshi, and she was a Japanese gal, and man, she was very nice.
Did you just assume her gender?
Well,
based on appearance?
I mean, I wouldn't care, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, well, I know we did kind of go down this road before where you couldn't give two shits. You just look purely on the outside of the book and don't care what's on the inside.
Well, I guess that is pretty apt, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Whatever's dangling on the outside.
Exactly. So how was Oshi?
So she was great. So he actually, because I had mentioned, I mentioned
keep your pronouns straight, man.
Yeah.
So when I was talking to him, I had mentioned, I said he brought up a particular item, and he said, "Oh, this has an interesting ingredient in it." And I said, that's odd.
In an Asian food store? That's an interesting ingredient?
So I'm guessing rhino horn, snake penis,
soy sauce. It was soy sauce.
Was it? Okay.
No.
Oh, yeah. No, it wasn't soy sauce.
Ryan's like, that's not that weird.
Yeah.
Ryan's like, gross.
Yeah.
Gross. Soy sauce.
I'll throw up. So apparently it tastes good, but it has this ingredient in it that's non-traditional.
Right.
And so, and of course the flavors are non-traditional because they're like fruit flavors and things are...
You're keeping me on pins and needles. What was the ingredient?
I'm not telling you till after...
No, that's the whole point of the show.
It's part of the food episode, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. We're going to try it and...
Welcome to the party, dipshit.
Yeah.
I was like, what's the point? The point is to keep it a secret.
Right.
Well, it's not like the end of the world secret, but it'll be more interesting if
I don't want to know.
We try it without knowing what it is.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to bring stuff too?
Absolutely.
You're not bringing dog food.
You're
not bringing dog food.
It makes its own gravy.
Hey, I have a bunch of... I used to have a cat, and he went away, and I have a bunch of fancy feasts left over, and I was thinking this is a good way to get rid of them.
Did your cat go to the farm? I'm going to make you
a fancy feast sandwich.
What movie was that? They actually did make cat foods. It was a movie I watched. Was it?
Well, let's see. There's a
Problem Child or
American Horror Story did something very similar to that, where they used, I can't remember if it was dog food or cat food as pate. It was the one with Lady Gaga
and they sliced them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, this is the best pate ever.
I think that was the Apocalypse series one. I think so.
Yeah.
Because they started a new one, 1984.
Did they?
The premiere was a couple nights ago. And,
nice.
It's kind of a...
Like the George Orwell novel?
No. It's kind of an homage to the slasher films, like Friday the 13th and Jason and all that. Nice. And it's...
Is it at a sleepy camp?
Yes.
Is it?
Shut up.
Yes.
Nice.
No way.
Very cool.
And they reopened the camp. It's been closed since the 70s. Since
Camp Crystal Lake?
Redwood Lake.
So, yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah, but check it out.
They're adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Meth Lake.
Mm-hmm. So who is the mystery producer that's going to be joining us?
She's one of the fans
she?
of the show. No, that would be nice though. But she did say that she wanted to see the episode. So,
sweet.
Yeah.
If only there was like a platform in which we could share with her what we recorded.
Mm-hmm. I'm not thinking that's
Is that a thing yet?
A VHS maybe?
Probably Betamax. I mean, I know we record on Betamax, but we could convert it to VHS.
So this might be a kind of a weird question.
Probably.
I know that they're going to be. You want them to watch it live, and they can hear.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have one of those monitors that they can smell through the
Smell-O-Vision?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a thing just yet, right?
Well,
I'm pretty sure they have it.
I mean, we could.
It's like a probe,
Mm.
and you. They don't have that.
I don't think so. I don't know.
I think
Like
it's called Being Here.
Like scratch and sniff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Really?
I think it's going to be there. There are going to be some bad smells, but
I want to share that.
yeah, it would be nice. We will show the products though, so people can purchase them and have their own fun.
Hey kids, this is what we're eating.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to join us while we consume this nauseating, disgusting shit. It'll be fun.
But not all of it's going to be that.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't want to scare you, but are there like any limits? Like, where do you draw the line? Like is like, say if someone just, for example, I wanted to bring a body fluid stew, is that not okay? Or what are the limits for this?
Yeah. If you can't,
Hey, Anthony.
If it's not mass
Piping
produced for human consumption by a country.
Could be considered a country at times. No.
I'm not eating your jizz, dude. I'm just not. I mean,
You
that's
want
the
some
limit.
special sauce on that, Anthony?
No. I have to share my story. As I'm coming over here, this was totally unprepared.
Mm-hmm.
Driving over, and I hear this jackass. Hey, where am I going? I hear this jackass coming up behind me, and I see this white Corvette.
Wait, you hear him coming up?
I hear him because he's got zero exhaust on his vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
My windows are down. And this guy comes blasting by me, cuts in front of me, and I'm like, what the fuck? I look in the back. It's an all-white, like, 1980s Corvette, and I think it might be a time machine.
Mm.
I'm almost positive it's a time machine. Instead of a spoiler in the back, he's got a white TV antenna. No shit.
Was it the rounded boomerang
Yep.
style?
It was the white boomerang style. That was his spoiler.
Uh-huh.
I look in and he's got like the white shag carpeting type stuff on his dash.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And I look I'm sorry.
Play on, player.
Did he have a license plate frame that said orgasm donor?
Just shy of that. So he's got like the long hair.
Was it Peter Gabriel?
No, I
From
think
Genesis?
I want to say yeah, no, it wasn't. He's wearing this white bandana around his head, and I'm like, holy shit, that's awesome. And I'm like, there's
It was Phil Collins.
It was Phil Collins.
Him and Peter Gabriel don't get along
Have
so
you
well.
seen Phil Collins? Do you see him having long hair ever?
Well, I mean, he did Party in the Back. He's got the little, like, Oompa
Unicorn
Loompa thing up
Yeah.
front.
Little Charlie Brown.
So I'm like, there's nothing that can possibly top this, right? I
Uh-huh.
mean, this guy just... I see him reach over, and he grabs his cell phone, and I use that term very lightly. Literally from, probably 1986, 87 style that still got the cord going down to the brick.
Is he like some kind of cosplay master? Like some guy with so much money? He just gets to live at any time period.
And he's like trying to look cool or something to someone.
That is cool.
And so he's looks like he does like 2 or 3 digits. He's boop, 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 and he holds it up, and the cord's still going, still going down. And I'm like, this can't be. Is anybody else seeing this shit that is going on in front of me?
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It just, and he holds it up to his ear for like, I don't know, maybe 5-6 seconds. Like, oh, guess you're not home. Okay, click.
No, I'm driving right now.
No, Mom, I'm not at home.
Dang
Good
it.
stuff. Yeah, that's about what it sounded like.
Oh,
Is that
darn it.
Is that the Anthony emulator or?
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh,
no,
okay.
if I pointed it right at this, yeah.
Okay.
That guy sounds awesome. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it just like every hair band that's ever been. That's the dude right there.
He brings up a Coke too,
he's going through his 8 tracks.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, what? No.
No, he's a
Okay.
cassette man. All right,
Oh, cassette.
8 tracks.
Okay.
I mean, it's nice they loop back around, but
Oh shit! It
That's
was
awesome.
Just
Yeah.
a
his
thing
Sony
of-
Walkman.
Yeah.
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 Have you guys heard of rollerblades?
Dude, rollerblade. Dude, I've got a disc with video on it. It's a
Laser?
It's got lasers.
Mm-hmm.
It's about that big every disc. I've got to have 6 of them to play a movie, but it's awesome.
That's crazy.
It was really just a thing of beauty. And
I think he's doing it for attention.
really, what makes you say that?
That's a
think he's
guess.
Attention seeking?
Yes.
Really?
No, seriously, I think he's doing it for attention.
No
He wants-
shit.
Well, he did get himself on one of the world's greatest podcasts.
He did.
I'm sure retrospectively will be
And
referred to that.
It would have been
Oh.
nice if you would have been able to get a little bit of video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suck. I'm sorry. I was too busy laughing hysterically and also driving 65, 70 miles an hour because I was running late. Details. In a 35 mile an hour zone. But yeah.
Well, that's what I was telling him, because I was taking out some recycling. And he kept falling around the corner. He's like, "Where's Brian?" I'm like, we don't have like a time now because we can't do the. I'm like, ideally, we're not waiting, long times for people to show up, but since we don't have the hard time that we want to start, we're more flexible now, I guess. During this,
We're limber.
It
Does
really
somebody have
was.
a phone close?
I don't. I'm sure it's probably not Brian.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no way it could be Brian. He knows better than that.
That's right.
Okay.
Yep, Brian fixed it.
Yep. Okay. Thanks, brother.
You're welcome.
Did you figure out that there's one button that works that's not as well glued?
No, I made sure there was one button.
Oh yeah,
The escape.
The
yeah.
escape. Yeah. So he has an escape.
Get me out of awkward situations.
Okay. So, we have talked about this a couple different times. The raid on Area 51. I just want to give a shout to the millions of people who showed up, and it was just epic. They did find the aliens.
Was it today or was it?
No, it was yesterday morning.
Yesterday.
Yeah, it was
Oh.
yesterday.
They raided Area 51, and they did get inside.
Mhm.
About half the people did die. It was pretty sad.
Hmm.
But they found the aliens, and we have been working with the alien overlords now.
Mhm.
Yeah. Or what actually happened?
Mm-hmm.
75 people showed up.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh,
to
shit.
the outside of the gate, mind you. Okay.
75,000?
No, just 75 max. And I think what they're
A little
counting.
bit less than what they
Yeah.
was
Just a little bit.
expecting. Yeah.
The thing is, though, is of that 75, only about 40 were actual people that were there to storm it. The rest were reporters taking pictures of the 40 or 50 people that were there.
Could you imagine you're like a blogger or whatever? And I'm sure reporter is loose.
Very loose.
Yeah.
Very loose.
You know, I'm sure Al Jazeera isn't sending their top people.
No. No.
So you've got this idea that something big's going to happen. You're like, oh my God, I'm going to catch this.
Right.
Everybody's an idiot because they don't think the internet has power.
Right.
And you show up and you're the idiot. And there's like a bunch of people standing around eating granola bars. And
there was one guy wearing this like bright green Yoda hat. Dude was high as a fucking guy. Mind you, this is like 5 a.m. He did a wake and bake. He did a go to bed and bake. He woke up in the middle of his sleep and baked. Like, this dude could not put
no
together.
mushrooms or...
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
If you're awake, you're probably on something.
Yeah.
A little
stimulant,
Yeah.
a little hallucinogen. He's like, I am there to see aliens, whether they are there or not.
I'm sure he's seen something.
Yeah. So in total, like 1,500 people, 1,700 people showed up to the concert that was there at the Little Alien that was about, I think, 25 miles outside of the actual gate itself.
Okay.
Which the distance between there's only 25 miles, but it is a stupid bumpy gate, like bumpy road to get there. Probably takes a good hour and a half at least to do that 25 miles.
Well, especially in a Honda Civic versus like,
right,
you know,
An old 1979 Subaru.
an escort wagon.
yeah. I did it in.
I mean, a Subaru would be all right, you know.
I did it in a Suburban, and it took a long time to do that. This was back in the days when I was in the service, and we did a escape and evade training during a red flag mission, and our plane got shot down, and so they piled the whole crew into like a Suburban or a 15-person van kind of thing, and they drive you out there to just outside of the base, right along the mountains, essentially. To the base side of where the mountain range is, and you're doing escape and evasion training and shit like that.
If they capture you, do they go through like mock interrogation, tortures, anal probing?
No, the idea was...
Start with that, please.
Yes.
Yeah, the idea was not to get caught because they threatened that, and, you know, you do that once and you're like,
I'm
hey...
over here I am.
Could I have a she-male interrogator? Is that something I can request?
I will give it all up.
I don't know why, but our engineer was
secrets.
Instead of wearing camo, he decided to wear his hunting like bright pink, you know, neons. And it was weird. He was like snatched up like that.
Midriff showing.
Well, duh. I mean, if you're gonna go fabulous. And his name was Hunter. Hunter Forrest.
Hunter Seeker.
Yeah, he was fabulous. He's like, hey boys, over here. You can't see me. Ooh, I can't see you. Come get me. Yeah, no. But no, it was nothing like what they predicted, and absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Absolutely hilarious.
So it was a bust.
Just a little bit.
Did anyone come prepared to, you know, storm the gate? I mean, were there people that...
Armed?
I mean, maybe not armed, but at least just like they wore comfortable shoes.
There was one gentleman out there that was
some
dressed
New Balance.
as the, what is it, the Narantu or Naradu? Or,
That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and he's running around, you know, like...
So they didn't have any breaching ladders or anything like that to get over the gates and the fences?
There was no need.
Nothing?
I don't know if you've seen the gate, but all you had to do, it was like a gate for like a train going by, and the little gate comes down, and so you just...
You mean a cattle guard?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it's a thing that comes down and goes, don't pass here.
Oh no, we can't get
Yeah,
past
and they're
this.
like, whoop. But the minute you go, whoop, you're looking at, let's see, 1 year in prison minimum, $1,000 fine minimum. Yeah, and it's not good.
Mhm.
And apparently 2 Dutch guys.
Oh, I did hear about that.
Yeah, the 2 Dutch guys, the day, I guess it was Thursday, did breach the gate.
So really the only people that breached and actually stormed Area 51 are 2 foreigners.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow, that really sums it up, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty
Foreign
much.
invasion.
Yeah.
So yeah, they
There were probably some Mexican guys over the back gate, but they're like, we don't know where we are. Where is this?
We know how to go across fences and lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they got
should
arrested, put in prison, I think for like a day. But they're looking at some pretty hefty fines because I think they literally just crossed the line.
You crossed the
He
line.
crossed the line, punk. But it was
Well, I'm all broken up about that man's rights.
but
Thanks,
yeah.
Clint.
Thanks.
Mhm.
So that was the thing. It was
Mhm.
kind of anticlimactic, just a little bit.
Just a
Yeah.
little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit.
We could have expected as much, but it could have gone either way, really.
But there is a good side. All that Storm Area 51 merchandise,
Mhm.
T-shirts, buttons,
Mhm.
you're going to be able to find it on eBay. Extremely fucking cheap.
yeah. Collector's items, I'm sure.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, was that guy driving the Corvette? Did he happen to play Pogs
Yeah.
while
no,
he
did.
was at the stoplight?
Yeah, he did.
What type of smasher did he have?
Yeah. No
No?
clue. Yeah.
Or wait, was it a slammer? It was a slammer.
Yeah, I don't know. That wasn't my thing back then. Or
Sorry,
Yeah, it's okay.
my Pog game isn't tight as it was.
Super weak. Oddly enough, the guy with the Corvette,
Mhm.
he was alone in his car.
Well,
I know that's weird to not have someone
mhm.
with you in such a pimp mobile, but
Like a Pamela Anderson
Yeah.
intimidator.
If he was listening to
Or-
like
Imitator. That's
Toto's Africa, you know,
it. On the
that
plains of-
from the
Yeah.
back, he looked very much like Bret Michaels back in the day.
hell yeah.
Well, actually, okay, not necessarily back in the day, like
Or Vince
today.
Neil. I always get those two confused.
Mhm.
Vince Neil and Bret Michaels. Poison and Motley Crue. I always get those guys confused.
Porque
Mhm.
no los dos? Why not both?
Why not both?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know what nationality this dude was, but I know he was definitely a time traveler
No.
from late 80s, early 90s.
Or I'm saying epic level cosplayer. If you're buying cars for a joke,
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
Mhm.
You're a hilarious
And
guy, and
this-
I want to be your friend.
And totally destroying that car for a joke.
Well, I think an 80s Corvette's really a great, I mean, it's a good car. It's cool. It's fine
Right.
in its day.
But
Yeah.
then to
Yeah.
put a fucking TV antenna as the spoiler,
Yeah.
it just, oh God, man.
Hey, that's aerodynamic. I'm just saying. You get
Oh,
the
no.
downforce on
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
that, keep you planted,
Mm-hmm.
take those turns.
I'm guessing if he did have a TV antenna and it was practical, I'm assuming that's the only reason why you put it on there.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably a black and white TV, and it was definitely a tube TV.
Mm.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
It makes me wonder what his house looks like.
Totally, dude. It's probably
Mhm.
rad.
Oh,
Probably
completely.
each room is like thematic.
Yeah, you go into
It's
the
got like a
50s,
Western,
and you go into
yeah.
the 60s. And,
Yep.
Yeah,
The
each room.
Knights of the Round Table.
And downstairs is a dungeon, medieval.
The
The Tower of
Gulag.
London.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Wow. He does sound very interesting, though,
Yeah.
He may be the most interesting man I've ever heard of.
and not met.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Well, I tell you what, if I see him again,
Get his name and number.
Totally.
I will get his digits,
He'd be a great guest.
and just be like, yo, can I get your number? No homo. Just,
Yeah.
can I get your number?
He'd be like, hey, have you guys heard of this Howard Stern guy? He's like changing everything. It's like, what are you guys doing? This isn't news.
Right. So, I'm sure you guys have all heard of the Florida man. and how awesome he is and all of his glory. And wow, I feel old trying to put my glasses on.
Who's the Florida man?
Seriously.
No, yeah, I do not know.
So, Florida Man is a collection of many people in Florida. Basically, you know, when someone gets arrested in Florida, when someone does something stupid in Florida, the news reports it as Florida Man does blah, 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 right? And it's always something stupid.
Oh, so it's a label. It's not a real person.
It's an archetype.
Oh, okay.
You know,
like a Texan.
A Texan did blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
So the Florida laws are set up so that it's, I think, the Sunshine Law, something like that, basically where if you get arrested, whether proven innocent or guilty, your name and information can be shared. Okay. Nothing is private, essentially.
Even if you haven't been proven guilty yet?
Correct.
Wow.
Correct.
That seems like a violation of your civil and constitutional rights.
So the idea behind the law was to make sure that, you know, nothing was private. It's freedom of information law on steroids, essentially, in the state of Florida. And there's multiple states like this, but the amount of stupid in Florida...
And Florida's just a weird state.
And Florida is just
a lot of weird people all congregate there, you know. There's
absolutely. Yeah. And there's a lot of meth, a lot of drugs, and a lot of stupid Southern people.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
A lot of guns.
Bad weather.
Yep. The weather.
Tornadoes.
There's rich, there's
hurricanes.
poor, there's urban, there's exceptionally rural.
Exceptionally rural.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, you have a great group of a huge conglomeration of different types of people there. So you get some really weird fucking stories coming out of Florida.
And lots of people with no shirt on and no shoes.
Oh, guaranteed.
Which,
because
the weather permits.
And or a lot of wife beaters. Yeah. You know? It's kind of
the
hilarious.
Shirt variety.
So I have seen the Florida Man stories, and they're hilarious. And I figured, can I make up something even remotely close to this that's funnier or equal to this? And the problem being is if I make something up like this, am I going to find out to be it's true or not? Okay. So I figured I would try a two truths and a lie kind of a thing.
Ooh.
A little game.
Would you like to play a game?
Do you want to play a game, Brian?
Yes, I do.
Excellent. So I kind of went through the, you know, Florida Man files, and this is just a couple. Okay. So I'm going to give you a couple, 2, 3 truths, and I'm going to give you a lie, and you have to spot the lie.
I played this game before. It's like they show 3 police officers and 1 firefighter, and it goes like, one of these things does not belong, and then you have to figure out which one. Like,
exactly, only completely different.
And I always like, it's a black guy. They're like, no, Brian, there's 3 police officers, 1 fireman. Oh, that's how the game is played.
But yes, the fireman happened to be black, so I guess technically you're right.
And he was a burn victim.
Way to go,
that's why
Brian.
He was black. But yeah.
So I'm familiar with this type of philosophy. Yeah,
he's got the scars on his face. But Heidi Klum still liked him, so
Heidi
she
Klum
seems to be a good person. Yeah, she's so old. Gross.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We know you like him dead.
What's your point? Are we just stating facts here?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. So
you're going to read all 3, and we have to comment, or maybe we should comment in between each.
Sure.
How we're feeling about.
Sure.
And were these just completely randomly selected, or sort of a little cherry picked because of the
So these were all the stories were picked because there's no way I could go through. I could go through all of the Florida archives to see if it was ever true or not. These were all done within the last 30 to 45 days. You can't have an Italian talk and not move his hands, right? It's just fucking
Just move the mic a little bit.
Yeah, if you grab his
plenty
hand,
loud.
if you grab his hands, he shuts up.
I can't talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put your hands in your pockets.
Hands are still going to move in the pocket. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So I figured we would try this. These are all, like I said, happen within the last 30 to 45 days.
Okay.
Okay. So, and I'm not going to read the whole story initially anyway. We can go through the stories.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see. First one is Florida man attempts to outrun the police in a golf cart. Okay.
True.
Oh,
Okay.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. Florida man posts ad requesting a threesome to, quote, ride out the hurricane with, and when that fails, ends up kidnapping 2 women.
Wait, start that over again.
Okay.
So,
Florida man posts ad requesting a threesome to, quote, ride out the hurricane. Okay. When that fails, apparently, ends up kidnapping 2 women just before the hurricane. And this was Imelda or whatever, the most recent one. Florida man.
didn't you say something about a golf cart though?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that was the first one.
Oh.
Florida man attempts to outrun police in golf cart.
Okay,
okay.
that was it. Okay.
That was
I was
That's
like,
the
how
first
are
one.
those
Story
related?
one. They're
Gotcha.
not.
Okay, gotcha.
that
Okay.
was the first one.
How'd he kidnap 2 females in a golf cart?
Totally.
With a gun, duh.
Yeah.
You just strap them in. They can't
Yeah.
get out.
Duct tape and a gun, you're good.
Yeah.
So that was the first one. The second one was requesting a threesome.
Okay. Like
Um,
Craigslist?
yeah,
I'm
like,
guessing Craigslist.
I'm guessing Craigslist.
Yeah.
But
You want to find those trashy women.
yeah.
General community or whatever posting.
Ones that won't be missed. The only ones that can miss them is their cats.
Yeah.
But I mean, the level of stupid to, let's see, ride out the storm and then riding out the storm.
I think it's a novel approach, and I respect it very much.
Right.
Now I just have this REO Speedwagon song going in through my brain now. I don't know why.
Hey,
That's weird. Okay.
Okay.
Wait, is it Riders on the Storm?
No, riding the storm. out.
Okay, because I was going to say that's the Doors.
Okay.
And let's see, Florida man / Miami Dolphins fan creates a strip club during a tailgate party before week 1 game.
And so how...
So
And he had more in attendance than they did at the actual fucking game.
So basically, tailgaters like, hey, how can we make a tailgate more fun? I don't know. Shit. Let's create a strip club.
Yeah, in my Chevy Astro van. We're only going to need a short pole, 4 foot.
Okay, last one.
And we need a short dancer. Where's Bridget the midget? Is she still allowed to use that?
Bridget the little person.
Bridget the dwarf.
He's a little fucker.
Yeah.
Literally. And last one that could potentially be true or not.
Okay.
Florida man tries to rob a store with a knife, however, is confronted with a clerk that has a gun.
Okay, my first thought is, I think they could all be true.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the idea, is that they could all be
No.
true. One of them is not.
That's really hard. Very hard.
Yeah.
So there was 4 in there?
There was 4 total. One was
The golf cart,
The golf cart, the threesome.
the threesome, the strip club, and the tailgating, and then what was the last? Oh, the robbery.
gun and the knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the one that's false is the last one. The gun and the knife.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to go with... I'm also going to agree with that. There's too many guns in Florida to try to rob a store without a
That's
gun.
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Yeah, that was true. The false one was Florida man posts ad requesting a threesome to ride out the storm.
I was really hoping that one was true.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's see. Story.
Are you sure that didn't happen? Because it may have happened.
That's the whole thing. Is
Have you
looked-
scoured northern, central, and south Florida?
The Everglades.
Everglades.
That is exactly
Craigslist.
why I had the caveat in there. In the last 30 to 45 days,
Okay.
there was no story of something like that happening. I am sure something
Yeah.
like that has happened in Florida, but
And all you have to do is ride around because I'm sure the prostitutes are still working up until the storm really starts whipping.
Mhm.
So you just pick a couple of them up and give them a place to stay.
You know, that actually, if you think about it, if you're a serial killer in Florida and there's a approaching hurricane, that'd be the best time to add some notches to your belt, so to speak. And then just the bodies out in the swamps and the gators and the hurricane takes care of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not suggesting anybody do that, of course.
Yeah.
But
Right.
it makes sense to me.
I mean, that could be a story.
that could be a
Florida
story.
man.
Yeah.
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 Florida
So
man has truck full of dead hookers that are wet from rain. They're soggy.
you don't want the wet hookers. They smell like wet dogs.
I didn't-
Nobody wants that.
I didn't kill them. I was just picking them up.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I was providing a community service.
And
Let 'em-
shelter. And
Should
Yes.
I just let all these thongs go to waste?
no.
You know how much these cost on the internet?
So funny enough, though, yesterday after I had done all this, I'm reading the news through Reddit because that's where I get all my information, and a Florida man actually found a silicone ass. I don't know if you've seen these. It's basically
oh no,
that.
I wouldn't. I've never heard of anything like that.
Right, it's just the ass and vagina, and that's
Sometimes
it.
vagina.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes.
sometimes vagina. And
Sometimes
and
you
it's
can
all-
flip them over and surprise.
Hey,
Hey,
It was right after
his
who
the
are
hookers.
you?
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's right after the hurricane, and dude finds
Oh,
us
hi,
washing
Hunter.
up to shore. And he's like, hate for that thing to go to waste.
Yeah, it's been rinsed out.
Yeah, it's fine. got sand blasted. It's fine.
Just got to
Yeah.
get them fiddler crabs out.
Oh.
Or leave them in
Well, you know,
for your pleasure.
No.
they think they found a great shell. It grows with me.
That's actually a little Russian roulette. It's like, which hole has the crab in it?
That was a little hermit crab joke. I don't know if you've heard a lot of those. They're always on.
So yeah, let's see.
So wait, was that one? That's a real one? A guy found?
Yeah, that's legit.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
And was he spotted? Did he come up? Did he put this himself?
So yeah, he posted it himself.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he posted it himself. Hey guys, look what I found that just washed up ashore.
Yeah.
Cleans it up, and he's
Yeah.
like, look, this is good as new.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm the luckiest man in the world.
Yeah. Like, it's, well, I mean, but if you think about it, those things can be, run a pretty penny.
I
really?
can imagine that's at least $500-600. I mean,
I
just
know,
the amount of
depending.
silicone in it. Yeah.
Well, you can get the dolls for, I know they have really expensive ones, but then I think they have like $1,000 ones or something like that. So a butt doesn't necessarily have to be.
So you're saying that there's
Crazy
different
big.
levels of...
They have robots now, like
Well,
ones that
yeah.
actually talk to you and
Well,
ask you about your day.
and if you have a lot of money, you can actually fly to this island
Mhm.
and have sex.
Epstein Island.
There you go.
Lolita Express.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I heard that place
Yeah, with
closed down,
real
though.
16-year-olds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Just a little bit. I think it went out of business.
Well, I mean, it's just because it's politically unpopular
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean it needs to go out of business. I'm just saying.
I think it's run by feds now.
Alternate locations. Heard of this nice place.
So one that I did not put into the game was this gentleman who... Are you going to press a button?
Yeah, hold on.
Because older guys are better.
Sorry.
There you
Mm.
go. Okay.
Can you just do that one more time, please?
Hold on.
I'll just be your secret lover.
No, not
I'll make
that
it
one. That
feel
ruined
really
it.
good for you.
No.
I'll make it feel really good for you.
Because older guys are better.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
Thanks. What was that? What was it? Who were the people that caught the people on To Catch a Predator?
Chris Wallace.
Chris Hansen.
Chris
He's
Hansen.
the other two voices,
Oh, okay.
but Perverted Justice. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Perverted Justice lady.
Because older guys are better.
Nice.
Nice. One that didn't make it
I
in
want that
was
as my ringtone.
was a guy, I guess, like an up and coming rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's such a thing as up and coming rappers?
Yeah.
I did not know.
Weird.
Yeah.
They never get shot.
No.
Filmed a rap video in a police station.
Oh.
Yeah.
Without the police knowing, or?
Yeah, no. No. I've like at all. Just walked in late at night, and apparently it was
Held
not...
his hands behind his back until somebody just left.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm just, keeping myself busy.
Pulls
here.
out a camcorder, sets it on the desk. Oh!
Yeah, I
Puts
mean,
his grill in.
the amount of stupid
Let's
in
do
Florida.
this.
The amount of stupid in Florida is
Gold
just
chains.
unbelievable.
All his homies
Pulls
jumping
out
around.
his realistic air pistol.
Yeah.
And that's when it got real.
I wonder if he actually went to the jail and then, all the guys are jumping around in the back because they want to be part of a music video.
Yeah.
It's like your crew's all there.
Right. I believe
ready-made.
it's your posse.
Yeah. Well, it's that's actually kind of brilliant.
That is.
Or doing it right in front of a prison yard, right outside the fence.
Mm-hmm.
Is that illegal probably to get too close? But
It depends what state you're in.
Florida?
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
Florida, it's totally
No,
legit.
Florida, you're cool.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you can fly drones and drop off packages.
Of tea,
Yeah.
because they're not getting the tea they want.
Blended,
or...
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My friend Danny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Danny. Gotta have his hipster tea,
Mm-hmm.
because he's a total, tea snob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not a snob as in his attitude about it, but definitely outside my realm of comfort. Because I was like, oh, you like tea? What's a good tea? Oh, well,
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Have you got
Thanks
a couple
for
of
asking.
hours?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Well, they're closing now. We've been here for 4.5 hours.
yeah,
so.
I still don't have any goddamn tea.
Tea.
And I'm dehydrated.
Oh, we narrowed it down to these 12.
Yeah. Exactly. That I have to go find an old Chinese man in a store that doesn't have a sign on it.
Mm-hmm.
It just smells of the earth.
Earthy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very, very dank.
Dank.
Oh,
Is there a plane?
I think they found
I
us.
think they found us in our bunker.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So,
We're deep below the earth's crust.
Yes, we are.
yeah, if you guys like that lovely little game, please feel free to let me know. And
I
a
think it's
regular cornucopia of Florida Man stories. That, yeah.
I think we definitely need to develop any games that we think might be fun, and I think audience
Participation.
or audience feedback is going to be
I thought you was going to say
useful.
audience masturbation.
yeah.
Because it's shun.
Who
it's
do you
the same
jerk
thing.
off to the most?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We want audience masturbation as well as participation.
Hey, that's fine with us.
No, I think that'd be a really good thing. The Florida Man thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And and we can always develop other games too. So if you guys have good ideas or the thing with the food episode that we're doing on Friday live.
Friday.
As long as we can, I guess, have to buy another computer to freaking replace the piece of shit one that won't get audio. But we'll do what we have to do.
So we need audio in this show?
Yeah. I mean, I just want it to be live.
Well, with that, can they still hear us without audio or no?
That no.
Kind of defeats the whole thing.
I mean, if we yell loud, I guess.
Or in my case, just don't
Talk
use
normally.
my inside
Whisper.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that could happen.
Uh,
So, you were telling me earlier before the show that you were planning on bringing on a serial killer. Is that right?
I'm working on it.
Okay.
I have an acquaintance. I have to be really careful what I say, but
Of course.
and it's confirmed that he has killed more than 4 people, and I may or not be kind of related.
Okay.
And he is thinking that he's willing to come on the show if we could absolutely guarantee that he could come with his disguised
Keep
and
his anonymity intact. Okay.
But yeah, with all the new shows like on Netflix and TV and the fascination with serial killers and everything, yeah, he's willing to come on air.
Are you going to protect us if this guy decides to kill us all in this bunker?
Oh, he won't, because he's got a very specific MO that the people that he actually he calls it hunting. Yeah.
Hopefully he speaks in the past tense as opposed to the present tense.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually he views it as that he's not killing, he's actually providing a service and helping, and he's more of a hunter.
Like Dexter?
No, not really so much, but
because if he's getting rid of prostitutes, I'm going to have to disagree with him.
No.
Those ladies are really doing a service.
No, it's almost borderline vigilante type killing, and that's all I don't want to say anything more, but I'm working on it, and that would be very, very interesting.
He could always show up for the Halloween episode, completely dressed up.
There you go.
Oh, that's very good idea.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, that would
depending
be-
on his
because
thing.
we'll all be on costume, so it would make him feel more comfortable. But yeah, I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
But that would be interesting, kind of creepy. I don't know. Some people might find it's creepy
Obviously,
talking to an active serial
Yeah.
killer.
I mean, obviously, it's not so creepy that people don't watch the hell out of the shows on Netflix and whatnot. And
They're fascinated by it,
Yeah.
and I think that's what prompted him to kind of get in touch with me and ask if I would be willing to ask you guys. So.
And it'd be interesting to talk to someone that really is that, psychopathic, kind of level, and just see how deep you have to go to get to where it starts to come apart,
Yeah, and what's
like how you have to get to know someone and ask them about things until.
I think one of the most interesting things is you would never, ever fucking guess. You would never be able to pick this person out. I mean, not in a million years.
But that's what I'm talking about, is because they have a great facade.
right.
But
You'd
then,
never guess.
Really? Huh. Well, I guess
He's the typical, I'm guessing, guy next door. Oh, he was so nice, really quiet. But anytime I saw him, he was always really nice.
Just, I mean, for example, he could be the coach of your kid's soccer team.
Right.
It's that kind of scary. You would not even know.
I never trust soccer coaches.
Or
Why don't they use their hands?
Right.
Right? What are
We're
they
in
saving
America,
them for?
damn it. Use your fucking hands.
Yeah. What are you saving it for? Strangling kids?
He doesn't want to get his fingerprints on stuff.
Fucking psychopaths.
Yeah, so beware of soccer coaches that wear latex gloves all the time.
Yeah.
That's kind of a giveaway.
Long socks and short shorts? What's your deal, man? What's your game?
Soccer.
Soccer.
What's your
soccer's
Football.
Football de Americana.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm working on it, and it'd be very, very cool.
Yeah, well, you should see about, we'll have to see what weekends are coming up to, do you guys know what day Halloween is?
It's on the 31st.
Is it? Okay. Interesting. 31st. Yeah, no, that checks out. It is definitely on the 31st.
Well, we'll
he
see.
is not wrong. We'll see what day. I don't think we can change that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think that's really up to us.
Well, are you aware of Indigenous Peoples Day coming up on the 14th?
No, I'm not aware of Indigenous People Day.
Seriously.
Seriously.
It's also Columbus Day, turns out, according to Apple.
And Columbus was a freaking psycho.
Seriously. Like, just, you want to talk mass murderer, sociopath, serial killer.
He's your man.
Yeah.
So let's celebrate him. Let's have a holiday.
Have you seen his haircut, though? He had a bowl cut.
Right.
It was hard to tell because he was always wearing those funky hats.
It was a deep bowl cut, like a popcorn bowl cut.
See, and here's my only issue
He had the Rachel.
with Indigenous Peoples Day and getting rid of potentially Columbus Day.
Mm.
It is the only Italian holiday, my people have. We only have one day.
Christopher Columbus was not Italian. He was Spanish.
Yeah, but that's like literally the only day that Italians really celebrate is Columbus Day.
What about Memorial Day?
No. Mm-mm.
Because
definitely not Labor Day. We don't fucking work. God, no. We siesta most of the time.
No, you blackmail and threaten other people to work.
Thank you.
Just saying.
Thank you.
No, I mean, I'm just being honest. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What about Rosh Hashanah?
I don't think that's Italian. No.
Pretty sure. Not 100%.
What about Festivus Day?
A Festivus for the rest of us?
A Festivus for the rest of us.
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, that's definitely Italian. For sure. That's totally Italian. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And St. Patrick's Day is, we are taking it over. So we're going to lose Columbus Day, but we're taking over St. Patty's Day. And we're going to call it St. Patrice.
Oh, I thought it was going to be St. Gropey's Day.
Yeah. St. Guido Day.
You sex perverts.
Speaking of St. Patrick's Day, I met a gentleman, and on this, I'm definitely not mentioning any
online.
names. No, no, Steve, that's Anthony. This is Brian.
Yeah.
Brian's talking, not Anthony.
Yeah.
And all bald guys look the same.
Racist.
Yes. And just that. Never mind.
Go ahead.
Okay. But I met this gentleman and was talking to him. He's probably in his early 70s, and we started talking about Irish heritage and this and that. Anyway, he worked for Whitey Bulger.
Oh.
In South Hill, in South Boston, on Castle Island area, the docks. And he was a personal friend of his. And it was just kind of really weird talking to this guy because I made sure that I was extra nice.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he's getting older now and he's failing health, but still, it was like...
He'll still kill you.
Yeah, and it was really interesting because he's telling me these things that only someone was in the know could have known. And sure enough, I did a little bit of research and background, but man, it was crazy to think that this guy was actually... Because, the Johnny Depp movie Black Mass, that was about Whitey Bulger.
Yeah.
But it was just really... kind of creepy to be that close to someone that was
potentially killed lots of people.
Yeah, it was very weird. But anyway,
can I ask a stupid, ignorant question? Because that's all I do. Yeah, again, twice in one show.
Mm-hmm.
Who was Whitey Bulger? I'm assuming some kind of like
he ran the Irish mob in South Boston. Winter Hill. They called him the Winter Hill Gang because that's the area of South Boston that they were from. But he died a while back, not very, very long ago.
Not long ago.
In prison. He survived in prison for 12 hours. When they transferred him to this federal prison, he was beaten to death. They have some of it on security cameras, actually. But it was a payback. And, I mean... But it's just very interesting. But yeah, if you're interested, want a little bit of background, watch the movie Black Mass with Johnny Depp. And apparently, according to the guy that I talked to, I said, so, because I started feeling comfortable, so we're like friends now. We've been talking for 5 minutes. I said, so, that movie Black Mass with Johnny Depp, what do you think about that? And he's like, it was Hollywood. And that's all he said. And by the way he said that, I didn't ask anymore.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
So. Well, and actually Whitey Bulger, the reason he, I think, really got to fame was because he evaded apprehension for a very long time.
That's because he was
like 15
working
years,
with the
20
FBI.
years.
He was an FBI informant, but he was actually manipulating his FBI informant, and he was using him to get rid of his competition in the Italian Mafia and some other competition. So
the
he
FBI
was playing them.
agent he was playing supposedly, or the FBI agent was somehow in cahoots. And the FBI agent's brother was the governor of Massachusetts. And so it's like this big sordid kind of
super sketch.
Yeah.
They don't know what. Yeah.
So it's very interesting, and
it's a really interesting story,
and it's fairly recent history. So it was, but to talk to this guy that actually is from that neighborhood and grew up and knew Whitey Bulger since he was a kid was just really kind of creepy, but very interesting at the same time.
Who names their kid Whitey?
That's his nickname. It was his nickname.
Was he white by chance?
He's white.
Pretty white.
Okay.
Yeah. Irish gang.
Irish guy.
Mafia.
White guy?
Yeah.
I mean,
not
that's
many
like,
black Irish.
there are. There are some, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you just have to be from Ireland, and they have all nationalities in Ireland.
I thought they were all Irish.
Yeah, they are. They're all Irish.
Yeah, let's not separate people.
Yeah, let's not separate people.
Believe it or not, there's also Asian Hispanics.
Combined? Like Mario Lopez?
Mario Lopez, yeah.
Yeah, he hates transgender 3-year-olds.
Yeah, I heard a joke the other day. What happens when a Muslim, a Jewish Muslim person hijacks a plane?
What?
They hijack it and then they sell it. I know it's not very...
It should probably be what happens when a Jewish Muslim person boards a plane, not hijacks a plane. It's the Muslim part. You gave it away.
Oh.
Yeah. They hijack it.
Yeah, it's all good.
Fly it to Israel. That landed perfectly well. They create their own airline.
And then sell it for profit.
And then use that to produce movies. Yeah. Totally. Produce news media.
The problem is, you know, every time they get an airplane, they always cut just the tip of the nose off. You know, just the tip off.
Yeah, just a little off.
Just a little off the tip. Yeah. It's fine.
One of the things about Whitey Bulger that was interesting is I guess he was he would get like ramped up, like, you know, more and more agitated as time went on, and then he would murder someone, and then he would like sleep for like 2 days and be in the best mood. That's what the guys that were like closest to him would say is a true sociopath. He had to scratch that itch. Yeah. But
I'm the same way, you know. I get all pissed off when I haven't masturbated in a while.
I was just thinking, until you rub it out.
Rub it out and you're like, oh, God, that just was, that was good.
Now I can actually walk around like a human being.
Right.
I'm going to go to taco time.
At least for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
And then I'm just back in that same, God.
Then you're just back at the ocean waiting for that silicone wave.
Thank you. Now the key with that, just so you know, for those people that are on the coastline that could potentially have one of these wash up, make sure you wash the inside out. You don't want sandpaper penis.
Oh.
You know, I mean, you could keep the animal life in there. That's fine. The sea creatures, the crabs, the hermits, the sand lice, keep that in there. That's fine. You do you. Get rid of the sand.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And it's
good to know.
It's some pretty fine grit.
You got to pull a sea cucumber out of there.
You really do. Yeah, you do.
Is that an urchin? I'm urging for an urchin.
Those are the pointy ones. Yeah. Those aren't fun.
No.
No.
What time we got, guys? How long we been going?
Yeah, about that long.
Nice.
Hair past a freckle. At least, according to my watch, at least 10 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
I can't tell how long things happen for.
So
should probably get that set up so it says actual time instead of whatever that means.
It says an hour and 4 minutes.
There you go. Perfect.
45 seconds.
Yeah.
46 seconds.
That's just a bunch of
numbers
flying around. Who knows what that is?
Fuck that shit.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you for the show.
Yeah.
Thank you for everyone watching.
Thank you.
Please like and subscribe and
hit that bell.
Yes.
Hit that bell.
Please.
hit that bell so that you get notified of the live episodes that we are going to be having.
Especially this upcoming Friday.
Yep.
It's going to be a blast. Please make sure that
Tell
you
your family,
prepare
friends,
yourself.
co-workers.
Yeah.
It should be a lot of fun.
Yes,
Or not.
the show is growing, and we'd like you all to be a part of that. So
Very much
thank
so.
you.
Thank
It'll be
you.
a regular hoot nanny.
And we will be uploading our catalog to SoundCloud. So
cool.
pretty much got all the whatever. I think 17 out of the 19 episodes. But you can only, with the free account, you can only upload I think like 2 episodes or something like that, 3 hours or so. So
Right.
about 2 episodes. So
Okay.
we'll upgrade it and start uploading more than that, so that people can go back through and just listen to it on their phones.
Very
It'll
cool.
be a
Yeah.
hoot.
Pro phono.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys take care.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Take us out, Brian.
No, dude.
Sorry, man.
Dude, that's my thing.
Sorry.
It's over, Johnny.
Yeah, I read a survey once that like 98% of people die.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
Europe would be a fraction of the size that it is today, if not for incest.
It's over! Nothing is over! Nothing! You just don't turn it off!
Content and stories and whimsy and a little love.
So they say the big one's coming. For California.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Was she a great big fat person?
That's right.
Have you ever seen how many clothespins you could get on your scrotum? You ever dabbled in the dark arts?
Guess what? I don't have to fuck the goats anymore.
It's actually quite a bit of fun.
Hashtag them too. I have no control over life.
If I had a keyboard, I'd be able to help you.
What dude hasn't tried to blow himself? 8 3/4 is totally fine.
They say that you can kill yourself.
Mark Hamill as a voice actor is absolutely phenomenal.
People get really, really hostile really, really quickly.
Rape and incest.
Oh, we started talking about crazy Joe Biden and they shut us down.
I got the ultra AIDS.
Nobody's got AIDS.
You're throwing off my game with your heartbeat and you're talking and you're breathing.
I have had to stop using my favorite poop phrase.
Why stop at 2 atomic bombs? Why don't we just do the whole thing?
Is this one of them left or right-handed coffins? Oh shit. Oh, that's a dick. Sorry, kids. I'm airing my junk out and I'm looking bold.
I've always been a fan of Evan Watson. After she turned 18.
After? That's where you and I are different, my friend.
I mean, I don't have a problem digging a hole and keeping an erection.
It's all about romance.
Texting, talking, touching.
Jumper cables and proper voltage, you could have dead baby movement.
Are you guys judgmental? Me? Not so much. Bunch of Judas Priest albums. Rob Halford's pretty badass.
Yeah, I like Judas Priest.
You know he's gay?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.